One of the largest public university systems in the nation has a new leader.
James B. Milliken has been chancellor of the University of Texas system for 2 months now. He oversees 14 institutions with 235,000 students across Texas. Not just universities, but also medical centers.
The UT system is also one of the largest employers in Texas, with more than 21,000 faculty and nearly 85,000 healthcare professionals. Chancellor Milliken sat down with KXAN's Alyssa Gore to talk about how he hopes to change higher education in Texas.
You start with a premise that talent is universal. Opportunity isn't.
That's something Chancellor Milliken brings up a lot. He spent more than 3 decades in higher education, most recently as the chancellor for City University of New York. He talked to students and faculty around Texas his first 2 months on the job.
Whether or not there's enough higher education today for all of Texas, and I might suggest that there is not, there certainly won't be in the decades to come.
He says it's going to take more money in the UT system to meet that need.
I was on the phone with a number of presidents this morning. I know a priority for them is the investment in new facilities.
Some of that can be fueled by endowment dollars, but he's going to ask the Texas legislature for help.
I plan to spend as much time as I can talking to them about the upside potential of investing in the University of Texas system.
He says the more money from the state, the less students have to pay. But it's too early to tell if tuition will increase under his watch next year.
And that's an answer I don't have right now.
He does know helping low-income and first-generation college students will be a focus. To him, it's a chance to put more opportunities in reach for Texans.
It is the reason I'm here. It's one of the few places in the country that has this ambition and competitiveness and confidence and also optimism.
Alyssa Gore, KXAN News.
Last month, a task force recommended to the Board of Regents that it cut between 70 and 110 positions at UT system headquarters in Austin to save more than $9 million. Milliken tells us his office is still analyzing whether to cut those positions. Either way, he says to expect organizational changes early next year.
We also asked the new chancellor for his thoughts about comments the president made about the previous UT system chancellor, Admiral Bill McRaven. The retired Navy SEAL led the 2011 raid that killed Osama bin Laden. McRaven had said the president's assertion that the news media was the enemy of the people was the greatest threat to democracy in his lifetime. In a Fox News interview conducted last Friday, the president dismissed McRaven as a backer of Hillary Clinton and said, "Wouldn't it be nice if bin Laden had been captured sooner?"
I haven't followed that. I was too concerned with the Texas-Iowa State game this weekend. But I do, I know Bill McRaven. He's a great American, was a great university leader. I have an enormous amount of respect for him.
Chancellor Milliken said that Admiral McRaven has given him some tips about leading the UT system, and he says he's still asking for more advice.